There are days when you wake up and everything feels just slightly off. Your body is familiar, your thoughts are steady, but something deep inside stirs in a way you cannot explain. Virgo, Sept 23rd is one of those days. You may feel lighter for no reason or heavier without cause, restless in one moment and deeply still in the next. This is not coincidence. It is a signal. The universe speaks not always through thunder, but through subtle shifts. And today, you are hearing that whisper. Virgos are sensitive to invisible currents, more than most. You notice details others overlook, and you sense changes in energy before they manifest in physical form. That is why this day feels different. You are tuned into a frequency others may miss. What they call random mood swings, you recognize as spiritual alignment. The unseen is tugging at your awareness, asking you to pause and listen. The reason is simple. A cosmic gate has opened, and your spirit is standing at its threshold. This gate is not about fear or punishment. It is about clarity. The promise is that miracles and breakthroughs will flow closer if you lean in. The threat is that karmic loops will repeat if you ignore the signs. Virgo, you cannot afford to dismiss what you are feeling as nothing. These subtle differences are your compass, pointing to something hidden beneath the surface. There are 3 reasons, deeply hidden but powerfully real, that explain why you feel this way. They are not obvious to the mind, but the soul recognizes them instantly. Old cycles are surfacing for closure. Your intuition is sharpening beyond logic, and your energy field itself is expanding. These are not burdens, they are signs of transformation. This message will guide you through each one. It will explain what is happening within, why it matters, and how to align instead of resist. By the end, you will not only understand why today feels so different, but you will also have the decree that seals this shift into strength. That decree will not just describe your experience, it will claim it, transform it, and align you with the current already moving. But first, Virgo, let us look closer at your natural sensitivity to these invisible currents and why you are among the first to feel what others cannot yet name. Virgo, you have always lived with a sensitivity that others do not easily understand. While they move through life with noise drowning out the subtleties, you notice the details that most overlook. You can feel when the air in a room has shifted, when someone's tone carries an unspoken weight, when silence hides more truth than words. This sensitivity is why today feels different for you. It is not your imagination, it is your gift. Too often, though, this gift has been mistaken for weakness. Others may have told you that you are too quiet, too cautious, too analytical. They may have dismissed your intuition because it does not come wrapped in evidence or proof. Yet the very traits they questioned are the ones that now allow you to sense what is arriving before anyone else can. While the world waits for storms to show on the horizon, you already feel the wind changing. It is not easy to carry this. Sensitivity demands energy, and you often find yourself exhausted not by your own emotions, but by absorbing the unspoken weight of others. You take on what they refuse to acknowledge, processing what they leave behind. This unseen labor is rarely recognized, yet it shapes you into someone who can discern truth long before it is visible. Today's shift is another example. Where others may feel only vague restlessness, you recognize that something deeper is at play. The unseen honors this. Every silent sacrifice, every moment you endured while no one noticed, every time you bore the weight so others could rest, it has all been witnessed. Virgo, your quiet alignment has never been ignored. It has been counted, recorded, and now it ripples back as awareness. The reason you feel different is because you are attuned to layers others have not yet reached. This is not punishment. It is your mission. You were born to embody discernment, to carry the role of noticing the invisible threads that weave reality together. You are not meant to drown in the noise of the world, but to recognize the signals hidden beneath it. Today, those signals are stirring more loudly than usual, asking you to trust your perception even if logic cannot yet explain it. And as the day unfolds, The reason for this stirring becomes clearer. Sept 23rd carries a unique vibration, an alignment in the unseen that awakens conflict and clarity at the same time. It is the mystical frame of this day that explains why your spirit feels so different now. Sept 23rd is not just another passage of time, Virgo. It is a hinge in the unseen, a day designed to awaken layers that normally remain quiet. You feel different because the energy itself is different. This is not imagination. It is the way the cosmos engineers growth. On this day, an opposition vibrates strongly, pulling polarities to the surface. Opposition is tension. It forces two truths to stand face to face, leaving you no choice but to notice what you might otherwise avoid. That is why your inner world feels stirred, as though threads are being pulled from both sides. Opposition is uncomfortable, but it is purposeful. It exposes what is hidden in shadow, bringing clarity through friction. You may sense emotions rising without clear triggers, or find yourself revisiting old thoughts, conflicts, or questions you thought were closed. The pull is not random, it is alignment. Virgo, your soul is being asked to acknowledge what it has outgrown, to face what has been buried, and to step into new space without clinging to the past. Signs of this awakening may already be appearing. Dreams are vivid, layered with symbols, bridges, doors, falling, or sudden encounters with people from your history. Numbers repeat with insistence. 555 may appear, signaling change is not coming but already unfolding. 777 arrives as confirmation that miracles are quietly building in the background, even if you cannot see them yet. These are not superstitions. They are the fingerprints of energy moving through your field. The feeling of being different today is your spirit adjusting to this shift. You may feel restless in your body, heavier in your chest, or strangely lightheaded. For others, it might be the sudden quiet in the mind, as though a window has opened and air is moving through spaces long closed. Whatever form it takes, it is proof that the alignment is real. The danger is to dismiss it, to tell yourself it is just fatigue or mood. But Virgo, your discernment knows better. You feel the undercurrents others miss, and today those undercurrents are calling your attention. Awareness, not fear, is what unlocks the blessing of this moment. This is why you feel different today. The equinox echoes still in your body. The opposition pulls you into balance, and your spirit is recalibrating. And now, we can uncover the first hidden reason behind this shift. Your soul is processing unfinished cycles, bringing them forward so they can finally close. The first hidden reason you feel different today, Virgo, is because your soul is processing unfinished cycles. These are not random emotions appearing out of nowhere. They are echoes of experiences you thought were long gone, but were never fully released. The heart remembers what the mind tries to bury. That is why you may suddenly feel waves of sadness, nostalgia, or even anxiety without any clear trigger. It is not weakness. It is your spirit clearing what still lingers. You may notice flashes of déjà vu, moments when a place, a sound, or even a scent stirs something old within you. Memories may rise, sometimes sharp, sometimes faint, pulling you back into stories you thought were complete. At first, this can feel discouraging, as if you are regressing. But understand this: you are not moving backward. You are processing the remnants of cycles so that they no longer hold space in your field. It is not relapse, it is release. Think of it like a storm clearing the air. The heaviness you feel is not a punishment, but a sign that what has been stuck is finally moving. Energy that was locked inside you is surfacing to be acknowledged and let go. This is why it can feel so disorienting. You are carrying emotions that no longer belong, and your body is eager to return to balance. The danger lies in resisting this process. If you label it as failure, you add more weight to what is already trying to leave. If you surrender to it, the release happens faster, and the space it creates becomes fertile ground for new alignment. Virgo, your task is not to suppress what arises, but to witness it with compassion. Let the emotions move through you like waves, knowing they are carrying the old away. Spiritually, this is the preparation stage. Before miracles can enter, the soul must be cleared. Before blessings can root, the soil must be turned. The different feeling you carry today is not random discomfort. It is your system recalibrating, making room for what is to come. Whisper to yourself as you breathe through it, "I allow closure with grace." Those words alone signal your readiness. As you honor this closure, the hidden mechanics behind it become clearer. It is not only emotion, it is cosmic alignment working through you, recalibrating your entire field. To understand this, we must step into the spiritual translation of closure and why it feels so intense right now. Closure, Virgo, is not only emotional, it is cosmic. What you are feeling in your body right now is not random mood or fatigue, but the aftershock of the equinox, the great balance point that pressed reset on the collective field. The universe cannot shift so deeply without your spirit responding. The weight you feel, the sense of being out of rhythm, is your system recalibrating to a new frequency. This is why today feels different. You are adjusting to alignment. Spiritually, closure is rarely gentle. When cycles end, they do not slip away silently. They stir. They press against you. They demand one last glance before releasing. That is why memories rise, why dreams feel crowded, why emotions surge without clear reason. It is the final sweep of energy, the clearing of residue, so that the new can enter unblocked. Your body and mind are processing the end of one chapter and preparing for the beginning of another. The duality of this process is sharp. If you resist, the energy feels heavier, like dragging weight behind you. If you accept, the release flows smoother, and you feel relief where there was once tension. Virgo, your challenge is always control, but closure demands surrender. You cannot force the end, you can only honor it. That is why your sensitivity feels amplified today. It is not to overwhelm you, but to guide you through release. The numbers themselves speak into this. 999 is the vibration of endings, the sacred signal that a cycle has reached its completion. When you see it, do not fear. It is confirmation that the heaviness is leaving. 111 often follows, reminding you that beginnings wait on the other side of closure, that what you release is immediately replaced by new space for manifestation. Together, they form the rhythm of today. Endings folding into beginnings, heaviness shifting into opportunity. Virgo, the reason you feel different today is because you are standing between what has closed and what is opening. This in-between space is uncomfortable but holy. It is the moment where silence holds its breath before speaking, where the soil rests before blooming. Honor it. Do not fight the sensation of strangeness. It is proof that change is already unfolding. And as this layer of closure clears, another reason for your shift comes forward. It is not only about endings, it is about a voice inside you growing sharper, louder, and clearer than it has been in a long time. Your intuition is rising, and it is the second hidden reason you feel different today. The second hidden reason you feel different today, Virgo, is that your intuition is sharpening. What once came as a faint whisper now arrives as a steady voice, a pull in your gut, a chill across your skin. You may not be able to explain it with logic, but you know it is real. Today, your inner compass feels louder than usual, guiding you toward choices that may not make sense to the mind, but resonate deeply in the heart. This sharpening shows itself in small ways. You may sense the mood of a person before they speak, or feel that something is about to shift before the evidence arrives. You may walk into a room and know instantly whether the energy supports you or drains you. It can even appear as a sudden thought that refuses to leave until you act on it. These are not random. They are signals that your discernment is being heightened. The trap lies in doubt. Virgo, you are skilled at analyzing, and while this is a strength, it can also work against you. When intuition rises, your mind may immediately question it, dismissing it as imagination. But logic and intuition are not enemies, they are partners. Your intuition is not asking you to abandon reason, but to trust the guidance that moves beyond it. To ignore it is to miss the very direction that could bring clarity and protection. Spiritually, this heightened intuition is a gift of alignment. The equinox has thinned the veil, making your perception sharper. You feel different today because you are catching glimpses of truths that normally hide beneath layers of distraction. This is not coincidence, it is design. Virgo, your mission is discernment, and your gift is being magnified so you can navigate the shift more clearly. You may notice cosmic signs amplifying this voice: 1111 on the clock, 222 repeating as reassurance, or even 777 reminding you that miracles are unfolding. These patterns often appear at the exact moment your intuition stirs, as if the universe itself is confirming that you are not imagining it. This inner sharpening may feel unsettling, but it is a blessing. Trust the nudges. Trust the whispers. Trust the feelings that make no sense but refuse to leave. They are the compass pointing you forward. And to see how powerful this sharpening can be, we turn to a living example. A moment when Virgo followed intuition against logic, and in doing so, stepped directly into protection and clarity. There was a Virgo who once faced a moment where everything on the surface seemed fine. Logic said yes, reason said move forward, and everyone around agreed it was the right choice. Yet deep inside, something felt off. It wasn't fear. It was a quiet tension in the chest, a whisper that refused to fade. This Virgo had a choice: follow logic and ignore the nudge, or trust the inner voice that made no sense. The signs began to multiply. 1111 flashed on a screen just as the decision was about to be made. 222 appeared on a receipt, as if the universe itself was echoing union with intuition. Even in dreams, symbols returned. Doors half open, paths shifting, voices urging caution. It was clear that the inner compass was louder than ever. Still, the struggle was real. Logic argued, presenting evidence, convincing reasons, the comfort of certainty. Intuition offered no proof, only feeling. It was a tug of war between what could be explained and what could only be known. But in the silence of night, Virgo chose to listen to the whisper. The decision was delayed, space was created, and trust was given to the unseen. Days later, the truth emerged. What had seemed so perfect was not what it appeared to be. The delay had protected Virgo from walking into a trap, from wasting time and energy on something that was never aligned. Relief swept in like a wave, not only for avoiding the wrong path, but for confirming the power of intuition. The whisper had been right all along. The result was more than protection. It was empowerment. Once you experience the clarity that comes from trusting intuition, doubt begins to loosen its grip. Virgo, you realize that your difference is not weakness, it is guidance. You are meant to hear what others cannot, to feel the shifts that others miss, and to follow the compass that logic cannot always explain. This vignette reveals why your intuition feels sharper today. It is not random, it is a shield, a guide, a gift. And as this inner compass awakens, another layer of your difference emerges. It is not only that your soul is closing cycles or your intuition is rising. It is that your entire energy field is expanding, stretching beyond its usual limits. This is the third hidden reason you feel different today. The third hidden reason you feel different today, Virgo, is that your energy field is expanding. It is not only your mind or your emotions that are shifting, your entire vibration is stretching, reaching beyond the limits you are used to. This expansion can feel strange in the body. You may notice tingling in your hands or crown, sudden bursts of lightness as though your chest is opening, or unexpected waves of tiredness as your system adjusts. These are not symptoms of weakness, they are signs of growth. An expanding energy field is like a lantern growing brighter. The light pushes farther into the world, touching spaces it has never reached before. This brightness attracts alignment, opportunities, and connections, but it also requires your body to adapt. That is why you may feel both exhilarated and drained at once. One moment, inspiration floods you with ideas and visions, and the next moment, your body asks for deep rest. This rhythm is natural. You are stretching into more than you were yesterday. Creativity often rises with this expansion. Words flow, solutions appear, and sudden clarity breaks through old confusion. You may find yourself inspired to start something new, to write, to create, or to envision possibilities you had not dared to consider. This is the soul's way of using new space, filling it with what aligns with your higher path. Do not ignore these bursts of inspiration. They are not random, they are guidance. The universe confirms this expansion with its familiar language of numbers. Seeing 777 often signals spiritual growth and miracles in motion. 888 reminds you of abundance, of infinite flow expanding toward you. When these patterns appear during moments of fatigue or inspiration, they are confirming what is happening. Your aura is widening. Your vibration is rising. Your spirit is stepping into more. This expansion is why today feels so unusual. Your system is not broken. It is recalibrating to hold more light, more clarity, more alignment. The danger is in pushing against it, in trying to force yourself into old routines as if nothing has shifted. Virgo, you must allow the difference to be. Rest when you are tired. Create when inspiration calls. Trust that your body knows how to adjust. And now, with all three reasons revealed, unfinished cycles closing, intuition sharpening, and energy expanding, the question becomes, how do you integrate this shift? The answer lies in a simple but powerful protocol that helps you ground, align, and sustain what is awakening within you. Virgo, integration is the step that turns awareness into stability. Feeling different today is not a passing mood. It is a signal of change, and without a way to ground it, the shift may overwhelm you. That is why a protocol is needed, not as rigid instruction, but as a gentle guide. 3 steps, grounding, clarity, and release, will help you hold the transformation without losing your balance. Grounding comes first. Your expanding energy needs roots, just as a tree stretching higher needs deeper soil. You can ground through breath, inhaling deeply into your belly and exhaling with intention, or by walking barefoot on the earth and letting the natural rhythm of the ground steady you. Even holding stillness with your hand on your chest and repeating, "I am safe in this shift," anchors your expanding field into the present. Clarity follows. Write down what you are feeling, what thoughts rise, what visions appear in dreams or intuition. Journaling transforms the intangible into form. It organizes what feels chaotic, giving your soul a mirror to see itself more clearly. You do not need polished answers, just honesty. Clarity comes not by force, but by allowing expression. Release is the final step. Just as cycles are closing, you must participate in the letting go. Take a salt bath to clear energy. Burn incense or sage to purify your space, or visualize the weight leaving your body with each exhale. Release does not mean forgetting. It means freeing yourself from carrying what is no longer needed. Under the waning moon, this practice holds even greater power, helping your field recalibrate with ease. Practical boundaries are also part of integration. Avoid oversharing with those who may not understand. Protect the tender space you are in. Healing and expansion need safety, not judgment. Surround yourself with voices that uplift, or with silence that restores. Daily maintenance keeps the process steady. One breath, one kind phrase, one simple act of alignment each day. This is enough to sustain the shift. You do not need to do everything at once. Small steps repeated consistently will weave the new balance into your life. And as you integrate, Virgo, the shift becomes not just a feeling, but a reality. You no longer carry it as confusion. You embody it as transformation. All that remains is to seal this moment with decree, to anchor your difference into destiny, and to step forward with words that bind your spirit to alignment. Virgo, what you feel today is not a burden, but a birth. the difference in your chest, the shift in your thoughts, the restlessness in your spirit. It is the mark of transformation unfolding. You are not the same as yesterday, and you will not be the same tomorrow. Sept 23rd stands as a marker, a quiet milestone carved into your path, a day where the unseen whispered louder than usual, and your soul responded. You have uncovered the reasons why. The weight of unfinished cycles rising for closure, the sharpening of your intuition beyond logic, and the expansion of your energy field into greater space. These three hidden reasons are not accidents. They are signs of alignment. You feel different because you are different. Your vibration has changed, and with it, the way you will walk forward from here. This is not weakness, it is evolution. What once felt like heaviness is being cleared. What once was doubt is now becoming discernment. What once was a small flame of intuition is burning brighter, guiding you with clarity. Virgo, your task is not to hide this shift, but to embrace it. To stand in the truth that your difference is proof of destiny. Now comes the moment to seal it. Words are power, and decree is the act that closes the circle. Place your hand over your heart, breathe deeply, and speak. I embrace my difference and step into miracles. Say it not with hesitation, but with certainty. Say it as though the universe leans in to hear you, because it does. With every breath, you are anchoring the vibration, writing your alignment into the unseen. Do not keep this decree only within. Echo it outward, comment it, declare it. Join your voice with others who feel the same shift. I see the signs. In unity, the energy magnifies, and what feels personal becomes collective. Your decree does not vanish, it multiplies. Virgo, Sept 23rd is not the end. It is the beginning of a chapter where difference becomes strength, where intuition becomes compass, where expansion becomes home. The winds may shift, the currents may change, but you will remain centered, calm in the eye of transformation. See yourself now, standing in the middle of swirling winds, unshaken, grounded, radiant. You are not lost. You are aligned. You are not broken. You are expanding. And from this day forward, your difference is not a question. It is your answer.